Jenny, do you want to introduce or do you want me to carry on?
Carry on. You eat tonight.
Oh, goody, I'm bonus. Hello, everybody.
What's happening tonight?
I got promoted or demoted or something.
I have to move this way.
Right, so tonight we're doing a little bit of training on WhatsApp and how you can actually use it a little bit better. I've found that it's become quite a handy tool for me as far as marketing and that sort of thing is concerned. So I'm going to, this is going to be a little bit tricky, but we'll do it, show you how I use the status part of WhatsApp. I know some of you are using the status, and I know some of you are watching the statuses, but it's a good thing. I always ignored it. Was never interested in it. It didn't even occur to me to even look at it until Debbie mentioned one day that one of their downlines was using it with some good success. Well, thought I'd try it, and it works quite effectively because with WhatsApp, obviously, you know that it's a messaging app and you can send and receive messages. Works much the same as Telegram, and there's a whole mess of these different things. Messenger, Telegram, WhatsApp, they all have the same basic function in that you can send and receive messages. But WhatsApp has got, and I'm under correction, but as far as I can tell, it's a unique thing where you can share a status. Now, the status is available for 24 hours only. And anybody in your address book who is on WhatsApp can see your status. Now, the advantage to that is, obviously sending and receiving messages, you've got to send a message to somebody and hopefully they will check it and read it and reply to you or respond to you. And I feel that there's some people I don't want to message because I feel like I'm possibly irritating them, or it's not the right time, or sending messages at 11 o'clock at night to some people. Well, they might read it, they might not. I don't know. I don't read my messages at 11 o'clock at night. But if you phone me, I will answer my phone. But with the status, you can put up a message, you can put up a notification. What I do is I put up product testimonials, and they stay up there for 24 hours. And you can then check and see exactly who is checking out your status and when. I'm going to attempt now to share my phone screen. Bear with me because there is a little thing that I've got to apparently put in over here. So it might take a couple of seconds for me to get this right as it does its little plugin. And so this is one of the things that I've had to learn about just now. Okay, so now we are making progress, I think, I hope. Sorry, I did get this right just now. There we go. And you should see my phone coming up here fairly shortly. There we go. There's my phone. And I'm going to close that, and we're going to go to WhatsApp. Right, so there you can see, let me just hide this so that you can see it a little bit better. So this is me now sharing my screen. You can see this is my background over there, and this is my phone there. Pardon me for the cough. I've got a bit of a scratchy throat at the moment, compliments of my granddaughter. It will be sorted by convention next week. So you can see over here, I'm going to try and use my mouse over here. There's your broadcast lists, there's your groups, there's messages, there's archive messages, etc. Down here now, bearing in mind I'm using an iPhone, the screen might look different on other phones. I don't know, but this is what mine looks like. So this is my phone in this position. If I turn it this way, that's what it looks like over there. But I'm going to use it over here for now, just because I can see the controls better. So here at the bottom, you've got your settings, you've got your chats, you've got your camera, you've got your calls, and you've got your status. So I'm going to hit status, and there you can see all the status that has come up along the line. Now, at the top there is my status. And I last put something up on my status 22 hours ago. Now, it only stays up for 24 hours. So in 2 hours' time, I'm going to lose everything that's on my status. And you can put a photograph up. You can put a message up. So I'm going to open my status, and you're going to see that I've got on the one, now this was a duplicate that I put. I won't say a duplicate, but the picture that I took was too big for one section. So I had to put up two. So people have seen half the story and some of them haven't seen the full story. But so far in the last 22 hours, I've had 54 views on this story. That story. And I'm going to put my finger on there so it doesn't go away too far. But at the bottom, I can see that there's 54 people that checked it out. Who looked at me? Well, there's all the names. And you can see that they've been checking it out at various odd times. I put this up, it was around about 9 o'clock last night. So the first person checked it out at 9:02. You will see that there were some people that were checking it out at 10 o'clock. I can see that some people don't sleep.
Yes.
Like our DSC manageress, for instance.
Yeah.
She was checking me out at midnight last night. Other people were checking out at 4:10 this morning. I don't message people at those times of the day. But whenever they are awake and they want to have a look, there you go. Now, some of these people are downlines. Some of these people are doctors. Some of these people are Eagle Team Office, for instance. I don't even know exactly who that is, but it's Eagle Team Office. So, well, we'll leave it at that. But there I can see exactly who has checked me out. Now, I'm going to use, who can I use over here? Because I don't want to just use anybody. I will use my downline over here. And I can see, if I click on there, if I click on her name, I can see her contact info. And then I can message or hide it. So I can send her a message and say, I see you checked my status. And that goes. But then I can go back and check it out again. And then I can see who checked out the second part. So obviously, you know, some people have checked out both stories, some haven't. But that's their loss, not mine. But how do we put something in that status? I can also see over here that other people have put up stories. Who's on this call that I can see? There you go. Ansie's got a whole lot of things on her status, and you can skim through it. And then she'll be able to pick up and see that I've had a look and seen what she's had to say over there. So how do we do that? So I'll let you into a little secret as to where I get my stories from. Most of my testimonials I get from a Facebook page. It's a private Facebook group. I can invite anybody, and I think quite a few people are already on there, but I can invite anybody into that Facebook group. But you cannot share from the group to your Facebook page. And because it is a private group, I don't, pardon me, there's other messages coming through. I don't copy and paste those into my Facebook until I have permission from the person who posted. And the way I get that is I message them from the Facebook page saying, I liked your story, may I borrow it, please? Only when I have their permission do I put it into my Facebook pages. But I can now take pictures. So if I wanted to put up something, for instance, that is motivational, I'm going to put in here Ziegler, and I'm going to use images, and that'll bring, okay, let's use quotes on motivation. Right, so this will now bring us up a whole lot of things over here. What does this one say? People often say that, okay. So I want to use this picture now, for instance. Where did it go to? I like that picture, so I'm going to go back there again. Oops, sorry, missed it. Okay, there's one that I quite like. So I've highlighted that. I'm going to add it to my photos, and I'm going to save it. So it's automatically there. And now I want to add it onto my status. So I'm going to open up my WhatsApp once again. You can see there's my status over there. And I'm going to click on the camera icon. And that's going to take me directly to my photographs. And now I'm going to click on that one. And I'm going to just, okay, it's already cropped. So it's done. And over here at the bottom, I can either add a message on there, or I can add another picture if I felt so inclined by clicking on that little goodie over there and add another picture. I'm not going to do that right now, but this little blue arrow here to the right, I'm going to push that, and instantly it goes to my status. There it is. Open up my status, and there it is. Now, obviously, nobody's checked it out just yet, but you'll be able to see fairly soon that people will start to view it. Now, if I need to get something from my Facebook page, for instance, I'm going to go to Facebook, go to home, and go to the page that I was looking for, and I'm going to scroll through and look for a story that I like. Let's use this one, for instance. I might take it down again just now, but I like this particular story. So how do I get this into my status? As I said, I'm using an iPhone. Samsung's might work a little bit differently. So you'll just have to play with your own particular phone to see how to do screen grabs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a screen grab of this story. So I do this, and I can then edit it. So I'll get my screen grab, go down to the edit, because I don't need all the other funny stuff over there. And then at the top over there it says done. I can trash it, I can re-edit it, I can do all sorts of funny things. And there is, I'm going to share. So I can either send this directly to whoever, or I'm going to go to my WhatsApp, and I'm going to go to my status and click on it, and I go next, send it, voila, done. I don't want to keep this screenshot, so it's gone. And I go back to my status, and there it is. Now, 1 minute ago, I put that little story up. It's had 6 views so far. Who's checked me out? Arya's been checking me out too. Barry's checked me out, Jenny's checked me out, Ansie's checked me out. That's in 1 minute or 2 minutes. There's been 6 people looked at my status. How many more are going to check it out in the next 24 hours? Now, you can put up your own little story over here. And that's where this pencil goodie comes from. And I'm going to click on that. Now, again, I don't know how your background works, but I can change the color on this. There's a palette over there, and you just click on it and it'll randomly scroll through and find a different color. And what are we going to say over here, for instance? Let's see. Are you currently, and I may just take this down again just now, experiencing too much month at the end of your income. I may have a way to help you overcome this. Please contact me. Click on it, done, there you go. Highlighted on the status. If I check on my status again, there I've had 2 people check it out already. One of them is on the call, one of them is not on the call. And I can go back. So use your status. There you go. My sister-in-law is one of the people checking me out. So, and then Mandy can also show us what's happening over there. Yeah. Now, I can't see on hers who's checking it out. Only you can see who's checking out your status. So that's just something, and you can share this to your Facebook story over there if you are linked together, because WhatsApp is owned by Facebook, for those who didn't know. So they are interchangeable. Just be aware of that. I choose not to share it to my Facebook story, but for the very reason, as I said, I don't want the entire world to see. I want people in my address book to see my status. That's it. Okay, so we're going to close that down. All right. So, sorry, with WhatsApp again, do you know the difference between a group and a broadcast list? So a group is this one over there. Our success team, and I think everybody on here is on that particular group. If you click on there, you can see who is on the group. Anybody and everybody who comments or says anything can be seen by everybody else on the group. With a broadcast list, not everybody can see who's on there. So let's put it this way. I have my personal team. I have my Dear Life customers. I have my local team. So if I want to send out a message to my personal team, not all of whom are on the groups, because some of them prefer not to be on the groups. Because some people, a lot of them are just sort of wholesale customers. They're not interested in building business enough, but that's the case. But I still want to get information out to them. So I can now send something to my personal team. And this is what I do. Not this particular message, obviously, but I've done that one, or let's see what some of these things. So like when the warehouse moved, I sent out that to my personal team because, as I said, some of them are not on the groups. And where's, okay, so here's something, for instance, I'll tell them about month end. And I'll just say, look, check your levels and see if there's anything that you need to order. You can see when I sent it out. And now if anybody replies to me, it will come back to me. They receive this message as if it is an individual message from me. They don't see everybody else in the group. Even though I'm sending it to like 26 other people, only the individual will see it. Whereas in a group, if you send it out, all 26 people in the group can see your message that you've done. I do the same thing with my customers, and I'll send out something like this a couple of times a month. This is a broadcast message, just to say I'm placing an order. Does anybody want anything? Please let me know. And then I get replies. So sometimes I get no reply whatsoever. Sometimes I get 3 or 4 orders that come in. But instead of me going, okay, now who had product last month, or that is a slightly better way of doing it, I would say, if you more one-on-one. But if you've got a special customer, interact with them individually. But if you just want to send out a generalized message, and I always tell them this is a broadcast message, so they know that it is not a personal message. And there's a lot of people that ignore the broadcast messages. How do you know if somebody's seen your message or not? Let me go back to there. The 2 little blue ticks. So if I send it, Jenny, don't reply. I send it, and this way you can see there's 1 tick. Now there's 2 ticks, so it's been delivered to Jenny's phone. Okay, Jenny, open the message and just check it. And you should see 2 blue ticks. Here you go. Now we know that she has read the message. Kids often talk about getting upset when they get blue ticked, because what that means is the person that you've messaged somebody, they've received it, they've read it, but they're now ignoring you. So they're no longer actually talking to you. And that depends on how you're feeling at the time, but it might be a bit rude. Sometimes this just means, okay, that's the end of the conversation, because some people do like to have the last word. But that'll give you an idea with the blue ticks that you know that somebody has received. So 1 tick means message is sent. 2 ticks gray means message has been received. 2 ticks blue means that the message has been read, and then they can respond. Okay, what else? And then there's settings. So with your settings, okay, there's my little icon over there, but you can do starred messages. So if you need something that's, oops, running out of time over here. So I'll go back to here. I've got some messages that I need to remember for later on. So I put a little star next to them. Then you go into the settings, you go to starred messages, and you can quickly and easily see where that message is, because it saves them over there. So when people order products, I star it. Then when I do my orders, I go and check my starred messages. I say, okay, they need X, Y, Z, and I place it in my order. And then we go along, and when it comes time for me, when I've received my orders, then I can go through my starred messages again, see who is looking for what, and send it out accordingly. And you can see that this doesn't use a lot of data. Okay, we won't go into that just yet. But all right, I'm not going to go into any of these other things just yet. So we are heading towards running out of time. So I am going to stop this bit for now, for whoever has got questions. Let me get out of here. I'm going to stop sharing. And we've got 8 minutes. Does anybody have any questions on everything that I've gone through, or did I go through too fast?
No, that was very good. Thank you. I've just got a bit of a challenge. Like, for instance, you know, that testimony on our front page of our back office with that lady saying how the botanical balance has helped her with her sugar,
Yes.
etc., etc.
Yes.
Now, how would I get that to go onto my status?
Okay, two ways. You can either do a screen grab.
Okay.
So, sorry. You can either do a screen grab and post it, or is that story under TNL as well? If
No,
it is,
I don't
okay.
think so. I haven't seen it there.
All right, because you can either screen grab it directly from the first page of the back office, or under resources. I think that story features over there as well. But the easiest,
I'll have a
simplest
look.
way is you open it and you do a screen grab and then post it accordingly.
And then I can crop it when I
Correct.
want it.
Correct. Now TNL works a little bit differently, because you can send directly from TNL to your WhatsApp status as well.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
We'll leave
Now,
that
you
for
know
another
what's
time.
happened with that? Was that TNL, just to let the group know, our new guy, I sent him the botanical balance facts and whatever, and I sent it to him. And suddenly I'm getting replies. He's sharing with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. So
Good.
he hasn't, this particular guy hasn't even got his kit yet, but he's sharing info like you just can't believe. And I keep saying, hold it, just wait for me. But I just can't put him down. Anyway, he's excited.
Good.
Good.
Excellent.
Can I just say something, Sean?
Yes, go for it.
If you take a screenshot and at the bottom, you will see it's only there for a few seconds. It shows you crop and save.
Yes.
Then if you take a screenshot, straight away crop it and then save it. And then I usually send it to myself. So I know it's there, and then afterwards you can delete it if you want.
Correct.
Before
Yes.
I send it to the person.
Yeah. So yes, that is one way of doing it, because you then save it to your photos. I just find mine gets then filled up too much, and I run out of space. So to shortcut that, you can send it directly from your screen grab, and then, as you could see on mine, you have the option to save it or just delete the screen grab.
Ansi, have you got a Samsung?
Yes.
I'll phone you later.
Yep. How do you do a screenshot?
It's very easy.
Maybe
What I
you
will
do
do is,
2 buttons on the side. 2 buttons on the side.
There's no buttons on the side.
At
Oh,
the
only a button
bottom.
at the back.
at the bottom of the screen, if I take a screenshot, okay, I will send it to you, Debbie, now, and then you can have a look at it.
Thank you.
Maybe we can do a quick
John,
training at convention.
If you
Come on,
press the
okay.
button, guys, if you press the the second button and your third button, that's your starter on your starter button on your Samsung, and the lower volume button at the same time, it will give you a screenshot. Hold your phone with your left hand, press your 2 lower buttons at the same time. It gives you a screenshot.
Screenshot.
Now that's
These two.
Your screenshot.
now that's
The
more
2
or less
lower
how mine work as well.
buttons.
We'll play
The
at convention, Sean. Thank you.
Yes. No
We
problem.
don't want to take up your time.
Not a problem. All right.
One other thing we have to learn is when and how and why are all the different groups available. We've got about 6 different groups, and we don't have to send the same message on all the different groups, because that's why
Yes.
we've
I
made
agree
important
100%.
We've made important messages. We've made a chat group. We've made the resource group. We've got all sorts of different groups, and we must be careful of using the same thing on all the groups. I think we must keep the information on the information group. And then
Yeah,
important
agree.
messages, we'll discuss those later, but just be careful of
I agree
sending the same
totally.
message on all
Yeah.
the different things. It's then
I agree.
defeat the object.
Totally, Jenny. Yeah, I agree totally.
I also agree
Jenny, can I-
totally.
Yeah, no, we do agree with you, but just to let you know, with John and I, that's why the others don't have to be in on this. That's Osprey Success Group. I've got other people in. I've got like Louis Smith's team that's part of us that we foster. We've got Louis, we've got Krista, we've got 3 or 4 different types of people all on our success, that Osprey Success one. And so the chat one, and that one that I'm talking about, the success one, that's the one that they like to hear some of the testimonies and all that. They like to hear that, and I don't mind sharing it with them. The actual new one that we've opened with just the general chat, that's the one where we can say, happy birthday, you wonderful, you know, all the chit chat that goes backwards and forwards and what have you. Whereas the Osprey Success chat, that's why we created that other one, so that we couldn't have a backwards and forwards chit chat on that Osprey Success chat. That one is just for information, mainly for myself. If you want to take yourself off there, that's fine. But that's mainly for the whole group, like Diane from Howick. She's on there, and she just thanked me the other day. She said that, you know, her upline is in Cape Town, so everything is Cape Town orientated. She gets nothing from Durban. So yeah, and she likes some of the testimonies. And then you've got Rudolph, and you've got Google, and you've got all the others. They're on that Osprey Success. I don't want them on the Osprey chat. The Osprey chat is like a relationship, talking about this, that, and the next thing, and we can say happy anniversary, you wonderful, whatever. But the Osprey Success one is another chat completely.
Sorry, if I can just also say, if you do see something on 6 different chats, it's okay not to give me 6 different replies on each chat.
Yes, yes.
Just one reply is probably sufficient that we know that you understand the message.
Yeah.
Right, time is up.
Okay, thanks
Yeah,
everyone.
great. Sean,
Well
quick question.
Yes.
When you put something on your status, does it ring like a WhatsApp message?
No.
it doesn't ring, hey?
No, you've got to
That's what I
physically go
thought,
and look.
because I've never heard anything ring from you. I
No.
was wondering.
No,
Okay.
you've got to go and look.
Right. Okay, we're going to play with what way with our WhatsApp, just try and figure out everything you explained.
Not a
Thank
problem.
you.
Cheers, everybody.